Day 8 of 31 days of cold plunging. The sun. Do you love the sun? I love the sun. Who doesn't love the sun? We miss the sun very, very much when it's winter, right? When our vitamin D levels get lower. I hope that we remember that that is the instant access of vitamin D. That is source fuel right there for us. And I guess that sounds like hogwash these days to some people when there's a lot of very big corporations and whatnot paying off media to taint the ingrained knowledge that we've had throughout time as is being tainted these days. But heck, it seems like humanity needs to go through this kind of process where we lose our intuition in order to regain it. And I've been there. Have you been there? I'm curious, what is your connection with intuition? Are you tapped into your intuition? Do you have a lot of innate knowledge and wisdom to draw from? Or do you feel like you have to continuously go to an article or something to approve of something that is just innate wisdom that's been passed down through time or directly from the sun? I want to tell you a little bit about what I love about the sun. Well, one of the many things. The sun has totally changed my sleep schedule for the better. In fact, it's almost unimaginable to me now how my sleep schedule once was. But don't worry if it sounds like I'm bragging. I have been where you're at if you are struggling. I was diagnosed, I think it was at least 3 times with ADHD. And it's been a journey with that for me. One of the things that was very challenging for me with ADHD is my sleep cycle. Yeah, do you relate to this? Maybe you don't have ADHD, but you also have a challenging sleep schedule. A lot of people have depression, anxiety, they have insomnia, they have bedtime procrastination that they're doing, a lot of other things that can come along. And sleep is so crucial to our health, our restoration of our cells, all of this. Maybe you know this, but it goes deeper than me just saying these little statements, right? Than our innate knowledge that we need sleep to recharge and to repair. So a lot of people with ADHD, they have a very challenging sleep schedule where they're up very late sometimes. Maybe they've got a lot of creative flow going late. I get it. A lot of artists like to create at night. And then there's a lot of artists that like to create in the morning. And I envied them sometimes when I'd read about them when I was having a very difficult time getting up in the morning. So until about 4 years ago, it was excruciating to wake up in the morning. Waking up early was an enormous feat for me. It was so hard. And I would try to pick jobs before I was self-employed. I would try to pick jobs where I didn't have to go in till maybe the middle of the day, and sometimes I got stuck with these very, very early morning schedules, like when I worked at a coffee shop, and I couldn't sleep. I slept maybe 2 hours or 3 hours and I'd get up. It was just so hard to go to sleep early and to wake up early, actually, right? And even when I got some sleep that maybe I'd get to bed about 1 in the evening, 1 at night, right? Or in the morning, technically. Okay, 1 in the morning. Even when I would go to bed at 1 in the morning, which was, I felt like I deserved a badge of honor for that one, you know, because that was hard, okay? And I'd go to bed at 1 and I'd get up maybe at 10. And that's a decent amount of sleep. That's 9 hours right there, right? Even when I had 9 hours of sleep, it took me at least 2 hours to really feel like the energy was going through my body. Like I had energy, okay? And there were many changes that happened over the years to get me into a better place where I was able to wake up more easily at a more decent time, go to bed a little bit earlier, and have more energy sooner in the day. There were many changes that I implemented, many different modalities that I tried, tools, all of this, medication as well. Yes, I no longer take pharmaceuticals. I'm going to dive into that in a different video, and it'll probably be many different videos. But I do want to say that that is a much more lengthy topic, especially when it comes to mental health, where I have a lot of experience taking different pharmaceuticals for it. And for me, I know that nature gives me so many cures, but Western medicine played a very crucial role at times in my health journey. And we'll talk more about that later, but I took different stimulants for several years, on and off, and then routinely, and those definitely helped with getting me up earlier. We'll talk about it again. Once again, I'll talk about it in a different video because that's a more lengthy topic. But what really got my sleep schedule in the place that it's at today, where I went from being not just a night owl, but a person who I was a bedtime procrastinator because I have been repatterning workaholism for many years now, and I felt like I was never done with anything, and I was still working very late at night, and I had insomnia at times, right? So I had all of these different issues. And what I started to implement, along with taking care of my health in various different ways, in addition to taking medication, right, was I decided I'm gonna put the blinds up at night, and I'm gonna sleep with them up, and I'm gonna let the sun regulate me. And this is really good, and I've been doing it ever since. The sun, it will gradually wake you up with it if you let it. I do not put blackout curtains up. Even if, and I'm not like a big partier these days, but I still enjoy going out with people, and I have done some really late nights recently at 35, and it's been really fun. But even when I've come home so early in the morning with everyone, I will still leave the curtains up because I don't want my sleep schedule to roll over to where I'm sleeping till 2 p.m. or something, and then tomorrow is messed up and all of that. I'd rather just kind of sacrifice a few hours today and get to bed earlier tonight, right? So I always have the curtains up. Even if I've gone to bed really late, I just say, well, we're not going to get as much sleep maybe tonight, but tomorrow's another day. Because if I put something like blackout curtains, I won't wake up probably easily, and I will be fatigued more easily, but not as much as I would be if I was habitually doing that. Even though I know that some health experts say that it's great to sleep with a lot of darkness, just pitch black. That doesn't work so well for me because I don't want to sleep with the sleep mask on because I want the sun to get me up in the morning. I think if we just shut off all the technology around us and just have the natural sky at night that has whatever lights coming in, I think it's okay. For me, that's been not just okay, but a romantic way to sleep. I love to get to see the stars at night, but I know many of us don't get to if we're living in a place where there's a lot of light pollution. But I digress. So I've been doing that for several years now, and what happened along the way was not only was I able to wake up a little bit sooner and with a little more energy, I still was in this journey of my relationship with the sun. And at the end of 2020, I packed up all my stuff, threw it into a U-Haul, what little of it I had, ended up putting it in a storage unit, and just traveling nomadically throughout the US. It's been 2.5 years now. And it's had its ups and downs. I'm not here to romanticize this, but my health journey took off to great lengths. And one of the components of that is my relationship with the sun. I was at the whim of the sun. I've been at the whim of the sun all the time when I'm living at campsites or I'm living in the back country, because I go out and hike long journeys sometimes. And the sun regulates me. It wakes me up. I wake up with it usually. It varies from place to place that I go in. I wake up earlier when I'm in the desert. The sun is hotter sooner, and in general, than it would be in a place like high desert Colorado. So nowadays, I have no issue falling asleep. 0 issues. Unless I'm taking off on a plane flight tomorrow and it's a kind of early one, then I get a little bit frazzled. But that's quite situational, and that's here and there, right? I'm able to go to sleep early, and I start to get tired about 10:30. And if I want to go to bed at 10:30, I can. And that's amazing. It's actually awesome to just let yourself go to bed at 10:30 and wake up with the sun. And when I get up, I already have energy. Sometimes it's a little bit creaky. I'll have some days where it's optimal, but it's not like I'm dragging on for 2 hours and trying to get energy and slurping down coffee after coffee with an Adderall, you know? There's a big difference to life. So I want to encourage you to try this out. Get more sun in the day. Make an effort to get sun at any point of the day, really. But try this out if you're struggling, because this is how we get melatonin from the sun. And this regulates our sleep cycle. I encourage you to try it out. Get some sun. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Anything else you'd like me to cover? And I'm going to get into some breath work and then do a little bit of cold plunge. All right, according to this thermometer, if it's accurate, it's 50 degrees in there, Fahrenheit. It feels pretty damn cold. Okay, I got out a little too soon. 1 more minute. I'm gonna try this. That was really hard. My body is zinging. All right, today is really hard. I don't know, man. I'm having a hard time. I got out before a minute again. It was easier getting back in, but then it was excruciatingly cold again. I guess I'm gonna try again for just, I don't know, a minute. I mean, it's not really right if I'm adding it each moment up here, but I think the full submersion needs to go for 2 minutes total. I'm not gonna call today a failure, but I'm going back up to the plate real quick. All right, I did it. My body is zinging right now, especially my feet. Today was different than the other ones. In a lot of ways, you saw that I got in and out a few times. So in total, I definitely did pass 3 minutes, but I wasn't able to submerge for 2 minutes straight. And let's put this jacket on. And I went in and out, and wow, that must have contributed to the way that my body feels right now, which is like, it's oscillating between like that cold, it's like, feels like icy hot is all over my body or something. It's like, whoa, I am zinging here. Woo. So my body is zinging, and I'm gonna get on the road now. Thank you for joining. This is awesome. Comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Like this video and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.